Hey, Captain Richie, how's it going, man?
Hi, how many time?
How long? How long?
How long I was traveling?
Yeah, yeah, long time no see. Where were you? Where you traveling to? Where were you?
I went to Rio Grande do Sul and state skydiving championship,
Your
and
hometown, isn't it? Your home state, isn't it? Rio Grande do Sul?
I'm from Passo Fundo, Rio Grande do Sul.
Yeah, so
You
it's your
know
home
me
state.
from there. But
Yeah.
two, 3 years ago, I moved to Blumenau, Santa Catarina.
Okay. And how are you like in Blumenau? Better?
Beautiful city, beautiful city. Uh, Here we feel safe. You don't see thieves or
Mm-hmm.
homeless in the streets.
Beggars and homeless in the streets.
You
Yeah.
don't
People
see
say good things
trash.
about this place. Yeah. I've
Is
been to Blumenau many, many years ago.
is
I don't know
beautiful
how it
here.
is
It's
nowadays.
beautiful here, but rains a lot of
Yeah,
rain. It's difficult to fly, difficult to skydive.
yeah,
Because we have mountains in the south, mountains in the
yeah,
north. We are in a hole.
yeah. It's a coastal area and it's like a bowl because you have the mountains close to the coast and it's kind of
Um
all
valley,
around Blumenau, a valley. Yeah, yeah,
valley.
yeah. How's it going, Kawamura? What's up, Adraldo? Nice to have you guys here already. Uh,
Eduardo,
Hello, tudo bom,
Hello,
Recife?
guys.
Ó,
all right,
ó,
so I'm gonna start already going through the picture of the last mock because we didn't finish in the last class. I told you guys that I was going to try to make the a separate video and put on the extra material, but I'm not even sure if I did that or not because I recorded a video, but then I realized that the audio was not so good, and then I don't even remember if I deleted or if I let on the file. But nonetheless, I think it's better if we just do that again together, because in the last class we didn't have time to finish that on mock 11. So mock 11 is an airplane mock, and the last picture is an airplane picture, therefore. So but it's a picture that they use for helicopter pilots as well, especially in part two. I'll show you guys the picture here. This is that one here. Can you guys see it? It's probably loading. Can you guys see it?
yes,
Is the image for you guys a little too bright, or is it just for me?
a little bright.
No. Yeah.
For me, it's a little
Back-
excessively bright.
the
Yes.
background is excessively bright. Right.
Yeah, I think this is a monitor difference because I had a problem. I think I told you guys a few weeks ago I bought a very new, expensive 32-inch 4K OLED monitor. So it's very expensive monitor because, I'm 40 years old. My eyes are getting tired at the end of the day. So I made an investment on that monitor, but it presented a problem. So I switched back to my old monitor now, and I think that this is a configuration that I changed for that monitor that I have to change again now. Let me just do that before we go for this description here. But that picture here is a picture that they also use it in part two, yeah, to represent a runway incursion that you guys are to imagine that you had as the pilot. Let's see if it gets better now. The monitor colors. Just a second. No, not yet. But anyways, it's a picture that they can use it in part four as well, asking you guys to describe it. So let's do this description here. I think I corrected the color now. See if it's better now, guys. Is it better? Better, right?
Yes, I think
All
so.
right. All right, good. So let's do the following. I'll describe this one here, and then I'll ask you guys a few questions and maybe some ideas and open up for questions after the description so that we can cover the next mock together completely today in today's class if possible, okay? All right, so here I go. In the test, they would ask, please describe this picture to me, Captain. Take a few moments if you want before you start talking. Let me know what's happening here. I'll ask you some questions afterwards. All right, so in this picture, I see a runway incursion event. There's an Airbus 340, I think, vacating this runway, probably after landing or maybe crossing the runway. It's hard to tell, but maybe considering the position of the main landing gears, perhaps this aircraft was crossing the runway. And in the back, we see an aircraft probably performing a go-around because of this, because it's too close for an aircraft to land while the other one is still on the same runway. So this is a situation that we usually call runway incursion. That's the technical vocabulary for that. And this is what I see here. Quite honestly, there's not much else to talk about. It seems like a nice airport with a long runway, although it's hard to tell from that angle. The runway seems to be a little squeezed. The threshold markings, they seem to be a little narrow and small. And at the far background to the right side, I see what I believe it's an ILS or a VOR antenna, maybe. Some trees, and that's it. That's what I see here in the picture. Wrap it up. Remember, you want to finish. You want to present an argument. So it's about how you say things. So you want to have an introduction. You want to have a development. And once you start feeling like there's not much to talk about, you're running out of ideas, say that. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm running out of ideas. I don't know what else to say here. That's what I see. Wrap it up. Yeah? Wrap it up é uma expressão que eu uso muito, né, do inglês, é embrulhar, né? To wrap something. Wrap it up é embrulha. A ideia aqui, como figura de linguagem, é resolver, é terminar, né? Wrap it up and a conclusion. It's a conclusion in this case, okay? All right. Now, guys, the first question is usually what do you think happened before the picture was taken? I'll ask this one to the one that joined first, Richie. What do you think happened before this picture was taken here? Come up with a background possibility for that to occur.
Before this picture was taken, I believe the pilot from Boeing 707 asked for ground control, asked for clearance to get into the runway, and the ground control give him
onto the runway, okay, not into, because it's a surface. We say onto the runway or on the runway.
On the runway, and
you could say onto if you want, but not into, because into is like something that, you know, like a box. Yeah.
And the ground controller authorized it, but another aircraft is coming to landing, was coming to landing, and need to go around to avoid the collision.
Do you think it's possible that they had some sort of miscommunication or problems like this? Because the weather seems to be okay, right?
Yes, can be two things, in my opinion. The ground controller committed a mistake, a big mistake, when authorized the runway
crossing
the runway, or the another aircraft that we can see in the back is landing without permission.
All right, now there's a situation that happened right now that I think is very important. Essa daqui é interessantíssima, pessoal. O either e or é uma situação que ela é endêmica no inglês, né? Porque no português a gente fala, o Rich falou assim, there's a situation here, I think there are two possibilities. The aircraft was doing that or that. Percebe que você falou, there are two possibilities. The, sei lá quem, was doing this, or, você falou assim, there are two possibilities. The controller let the aircraft cross and made a mistake. The controller made a mistake. Or, the pilot, sei lá o quê. No inglês, a gente faz isso essa estrutura de comparação que aconteceu isso ou aquilo. Tem até um livro da Clarice Lispector, acho, de poesias, que é isso ou aquilo, ou isso ou aquilo. Minha filha estava lendo há pouco tempo, por isso que eu sei. Não é porque eu leio poesia e sou viadinho, não. Mas no caso, em inglês, quando a gente vai fazer uma comparação de possibilidades onde existem duas, a gente fala either that or that. Então é como se existisse uma preparação. A gente até pode falar, I don't think this is an either that or that situation. I don't think it's an either or situation. Either or é basicamente o equivalente no inglês para falar ou isso ou aquilo. Em português a gente
Either
usa
ou
duas vezes
neither.
isso, mas é either e or. Não se usa o neither, porque o neither é a negação do either. O either, nesse caso, ele é como se fosse um sinônimo do or. Mas por algum motivo, quando a gente usa os dois, a gente nessa construção usa primeiro o either, depois o or, tá? É uma construção emblemática do inglês, assim, que eu acho interessantíssima de aprender, porque ela é bastante útil, né? Quando a gente vai fazer comparações na parte 3, quando a gente vai fazer hipóteses em geral, como foi o caso aqui do que você acha, né? Aconteceu aqui provavelmente uma entre duas coisas, né? Então, aqui, o melhor seria você falar assim, ó, Pete, você poderia falar, so in this situation, I think there are two possibilities. Either the controller made a mistake. Quando você fala isso, eu já sei que você vai falar ou parará, parará. Aí quando você fala or, vai começar outra hipótese, entendeu? So in my opinion here, we have two possibilities. Either the controller made a mistake and he just told this aircraft, this Airbus 340, or you said the 707, to cross the runway, and he made a terrible mistake, as you pointed out, with a nice adjective, a terrible mistake. Either that, or maybe the pilot misunderstood the instruction, they had some sort of radio problem, or they were confused about the the taxiway and runway layouts, and they crossed this runway thinking it was a taxiway, they were lost. So it was either a controller mistake or a pilot mistake. It was either that or that. Era isso ou aquilo, entendeu? Essa construção é muito interessante, foi legal acontecer. Eu gosto quando a aula bate de encontro assim com uma coisa que é útil e que durante aulas às vezes demora um tempão para alguém errar isso. Às vezes uma pessoa erra, eu corrijo, outra não erra, e eu esqueço de mencionar, né? Porque nem sempre se usa, mas é importante fazer certo em inglês. Então, em inglês, either that or that, beleza? Toco primeiro por um either. All right. Now, after this picture was taken, let me ask this question to Adoraldo. Or actually, no, Kawamura was the second one joining today. Kawamura, so first of all, say hi to everybody because today is your first day having this class with us. So if you want to say a little bit about yourself, present yourself, it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi guys, how are you? I'm André Kawamura, I'm from São Paulo. I'm new here and I'm living in São Paulo. I used to be a pilot and next year I intend to back to the aviation.
Go back, to come back to aviation.
Come back to aviation. And I'm here with you, enjoying the class today, improving
Nice.
English, improving for test ICAO test.
Nice to have you here. I think I talk in behalf of everyone in the group. Probably no one will unmute themselves because we have this policy of keeping ourselves muted. So dogs barking in the background don't participate. Although Zoom has a very good noise suppression, so it would be possible to leave it open as well. But now I'll ask you the second task here, which is to talk about what you think happened next. So try to use sentences with will to say, probably the captain will go around, stuff like that. Okay, so what do you think happened after this picture was taken?
Okay. Can you share the picture?
You're not seeing the picture anymore? Okay. Let me see. Is it
Yes.
showing
Yes,
now?
I am.
Okay.
Yes. Probably the pilot from aircraft above will go around because it's very dangerous having aircraft across the runway during the landing. And the pilot requests some vectors for holding and wait for a new landing. And the aircraft which is crossing the runway probably receives some okay, so in English, advertida, some warning.
Some warning, yeah. Maybe
Yes,
alerts, warnings or alerts.
Yes, the aircraft which is crossing the runway receives some warning from ground, from tower, because it's very dangerous and almost inadmissible in the aviation.
All right, very good job. Well done here. Well done. Well done, indeed. And now there's a last task. I'm going to skip to the last one because I want to start the next mock with you guys. And I'm going to ask, let me see, Adoraldo to go for the statement here and tell if you agree or disagree with this statement. Okay, Adoraldo?
Okay.
All right, so here goes the statement. After I read it, you tell me if you agree or disagree with it. I'll put it on the screen, but obviously in the test, they don't let you read the statement. They just want you to hear it. So I'll read it first, try to understand it by just hearing, and then I'll put it on the screen to help you later and to help everybody as you start answering, okay? And then you can double check. There it goes. Confusing layouts of runways and taxiways are likely to increase the number of accidents and incidents involving runway incursions. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Expand on it and tell me why.
Okay, well, I agree in part of this because the layout is very important for pilots to take awareness about the situations around the aircraft or taxiways or runway that they need to taxi or line up in some runways. So the correct identification of the taxiways and runways, I think is very important. So the layout probably will improve the safety of the airport.
Okay. And Captain, now let's start another mock. I just wanted to cover this one with you guys, but that's from the last mock we had in the last class, as I said. So now let's start a new one. We're going to go to mock 13. Good job here with the argument. Remember, if you agree with the statement, you can always use sentences to say how much you agree and not really say anything, you know, just predictable sentences like, yeah, I fully agree with the statement. To be honest, it makes complete sense. It's a little hard for me to go beyond and to add on top of it. I hope you understand that because to me, it's a fully logical argument. It presents a very complete argument. So I would say, yes, it makes sense, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. If you disagree, then you have similar sentences. Say, yeah, the statement is not really logical, doesn't make much sense to me in some ways because of this, that, and that. Then you point why. Now, when you agree, obviously it's easier because you just repeat the arguments and you say there's not much to say on top of it if you are fully agreeing with it. However, if you disagree, then you kind of have to point out the reasons why you disagree. So you're going to have to be objectively talking about what makes you disagree for sure. Yeah. All right.
Right.
Now let's go to mock 13. Now, guys, mock 13 is already one of the helicopter mocks. And we have two helicopter pilots here today. Well, Rich is also a helicopter pilot, right? Or no, or not? Just you fly helicopters as well, right?
Yeah.
Airplanes and helicopters.
But I don't really know.
Yeah, but you have both licenses.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that if you take the test and you have both licenses, they tend to go for the helicopter test with people who have both licenses. It's like a policy of the ICAO people.
My helicopter is not valid. I have
but the license has no validity. What has validity is actually the ratings. So you will always have a license as the same for airplanes. So if you have both of them expired, you will probably take the helicopter test. If just one is, if the helicopter license has no ratings that are still usable, then maybe they will go to the airplane test, but I'm not sure. But anyways, the helicopter and airplane tests are very similar. There are just a few exercises in the helicopter test that are a little more inclined towards helicopter failures like tail rotor malfunctions or main rotor, but they are, you know, pretty basic. And most of the situations are still equivalent or overlapping with the airplane situations like weather situations, gear problems, hydraulic problems, medical situations. Yeah, stuff like that. So let's go. Part 1, mock 13. It's the second helicopter mock in the series. All right, question 1. I'll continue with the sequence here. So, Colasso, you're next. You're up now. So, Why do pilots need to take medical exams, in your opinion, Colas?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm in a hotel here in Brasilia, so the Wi-Fi is not so good. If I lose I will remove my video, okay?
Okay, all right.
Optimize the Wi-Fi signal.
For sure.
I'll
do that for you. It's already bugging a little bit. I'll take your video down.
Go. Okay, thank you. If pilots should go for under medical examination in my opinion, to confirm that they are fit to fly all the time. So they need to have a check, a health check about how is the things working, and the mental checks as well. So to be in good conditions, to be fit to perform the lot of tasks that they need to do during a flight. That's my opinion.
Okay. You did say at all the time or at all the times, I'm not sure. But in this case, you'd say every time or the whole time would be better in this case, actually, because you go through this check to make sure that you are healthy the whole time, or because when you say times, is for actually there's why there is the s in the end, because it has plural, because at that in that sentence times would actually refer to occasions. So times is an interesting word in English because we have two different but close meanings to it. So there's time as a measure from physics, right? Time that is passing from when you wake up until you sleep, that you mark the hours on your watch, right? So that's time as a concept for the physical aspect of present, future, and past time. This one has no plural, and you cannot talk about it in plural, so you cannot use many. You cannot refer to it with other adjectives other than much for quantity, right? So for instance, I think today I had a class with someone, or I think it was actually in this class, at the beginning of this class, Richie said, "Oh, how many times I don't see you?" The right one would be, for how long I don't see you, or it's a long time. So for a long time, it's fine because long is no plural. But so I haven't seen you in a while, for a long time. It's been a while, it's been a long time, because you're referring to the time as this, physical property. And then there's no plural. But if you refer to time as occasions, then you do have it. And that's why you have newspapers that actually they're called the Times, like the New York Times, right? Because it's about the occasions of New York. So it's not about the time of New York. Like the time of New York is the same time of every place. So you may be at a different time zone, but it's time. So careful not to use it improperly, because if you want to say that pilots, they have to go through medical evaluations to ensure their health is in good condition, they are fit to fly at all times, it's okay for all the occasions they fly, or they are in good conditions to fly all the time, then it's like a different sentence to say a similar thing, that they are always fit to fly. That's the idea. All right, good. Now that being said, let's go to the second question here on the mock. Second question, let's go to first one, Richie. Richie, in your opinion, what will communications between pilots and air traffic controllers be like in 10 years?
I can't visualize. I can't visualize, stop completely the radio communications between pilots and ATC, because if the ATC approved text message, automatic message, I don't believe that will resolve or be safer than we use today.
Okay. All right. I can't visualize, or you could also say I can't envision. Envision is a little more
I can't
articulate.
envision.
Envision is the same thing, is the idea of foreseeing something. I can't foresee. Foresee, envision, visualize.
Visualize.
Yeah. Envision. Envision é ter uma visão também, é ver à frente, né? Foresight, to foresee something, to predict something. Yeah. So I'm giving you 4 different words to say the same thing. I can't visualize, or I can't envision, I can't foresee, or I can't predict. Predict is good as well. I can't predict very well how it's going to be. There are so many factors. So future, nice. Always use this type of sentence, mention that it's hard to talk about it. There are so many aspects and it's hard to be certain about it. Many factors could influence. Nice. And then you give a little bit of an answer. And now question 3. I'm skipping the follow-up so that we might have time to cover the complete mock. So Kawamura for question 3. Captain, what advice did your instructor give you before your first check ride?
What advice I received before my first flight?
Check ride, before your first check ride flight.
Check ride, what exactly would be check ride flight?
A check ride is the flight that is like a test flight, not a test flight, because it's an examination flight. So it's when you are going to an examination flight in which you're going to be evaluated to get, let's say, your private pilot license or your multi-engine rating or both, or maybe your commercial rating, your commercial license or IFR rating. Yeah. So it's an examination flight. É o voo de check ride.
Okay.
Ride aqui nessa palavra, Romeu, Índia, Delta Echo, é como se fosse o mesmo verbo que a gente usa em inglês para andar a cavalo, andar de moto,
Sim.
ride, ok? Check ride.
I'm gonna try to answer you because my last flight, it was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly, but probably if I would check rider right now, the instructor would advise me and keep calm, remember of everything that we have studied and all our trainings, and maybe just keep be myself as usually in all flights, because if I could range the check ride, it's because all my flights was also all happening very good. I think that's it.
Okay. Now, there's something that just happened that we actually talked about that in our class today earlier when we had a class earlier today. You mentioned the trainaments that does not exist.
Yeah.
So it's trainings. Yeah. If you say training or trainings. In American English, you can say trainings to say plural for training. In British English, if I remember correctly, there's only training as if it is a mass noun. But you're talking in English, Brazilian, American English, so you can actually say trainings. But it's trainings, okay? So during our trainings, not during our trainaments, during our trainings, we have to do that, and that, okay?
I must
so
training for trainings.
ing, not always the present continuous, but also the noun many times. So during training or during our training or trainings. All right. All right. Now, other than that, it was very good questions, very good answers. So good job. Let's go to part 2 now. In part 2, you guys are going to take turns interacting as the pilot of ANAC 1, 2, 3. First, I'll play an audio. Tell me if you guys hear it well. There we go.
Santos Dumont English Assessment. This is a sound check. Please confirm to the examiner if the volume is okay and you can hear the recording loud and clear.
Did everyone hear it fine? How was it? Good? Okay. All right, so let's start. Situation 1, as the pilot of ANAC 1, 2, 3, Adoraldo, imagine you are going to land at Heathrow Airport. Listen to London Control and read back. There it goes.
ANIC 123, turn left, heading 010 degrees. Descend to flight level 080 and reduce speed to 120 knots.
London Control, ANIC 123, turn left, heading 010, descend to flight level 080, reducing speed to 120 knots, ANIC 123.
Well done. Turn left, heading 010, descend flight level 080, reduce speed 120 knots. Perfect. Just set the necessary, the parameters, the instructions. Well done. Now, Captain, imagine you have been instructed to hold, and you have been in the holding pattern for a while. However, you are now running low on fuel. Call London Control and inform them that you need to land in 15 minutes.
London Control, ANIC 123, low fuel request, landing as soon as possible, ANIC 123. Oh, sorry, I can replay, I can disregard. I can inform that I need 15 minutes to land. So I would like to say, London Control, ANIC 123, unable to maintain holding, low fuel, request landing as soon
as possible.
We have as soon as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, but
all right. Wait. Remember, keep it simple to the information they gave you. So you're doing well using requesting and reporting, but then you're having trouble to use the time, which is normal because this exercise is a little weird because they don't explain why you must land. They don't say that you need to land in 15 minutes because you're going to be in fuel emergency or because you're going to run out of fuel, right? So in 15 minutes, do I crash, or in 15 minutes I enter low fuel? They don't explain that. They tell you like this. They say call on the control and inform them that you need to land in 15 minutes. So it's open to interpretation here at this point, right? Now, because they say it like this, they don't tell you to declare emergency or anything like this. I would say London Control, ANIC 123, reporting low on fuel, not emergency, but requesting to land before 15 minutes to avoid fuel problems, ANIC 123. That would be good. To avoid fuel situation, to avoid low fuel. Yeah?
So it's important to say the time. That
it would be yes, because they gave you. In this case, yes, it would. Yes. So London, you could say London Control or just Control. Control, ANIC 123, requesting to land immediately. Remaining fuel low, requesting to land with priority due to fuel. That would be okay as well, I suppose, if you don't mention 15 minutes. But if you want, in this exercise, I hate this exercise, okay, guys? I would never write an exercise like that because they don't, like I said, they leave it open. You're not sure why you need to land in 15 minutes. I would probably clarify that with the examiner. I would say, sorry, you told me that I must land in 15 minutes. Is that because I'm going to have a fuel emergency or I'm going to run out of fuel? Could you explain that a little better? I would probably do that if I was taking the test. However, I'm an ICAO level 6, so for me to have an argument with the examiner about an exercise that is poorly written is definitely easier. So I would suggest that you try to paraphrase what he told you in this case. Right. So he said, call London Control and inform them that you need to land in 15 minutes. Control, ANIC 123, I need to land in 15 minutes. Requesting priority, ANIC 123. Right. That's the best solution for that exercise because it's poorly written. Yeah.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that you don't know why you need to land in 15 minutes. You know, do I need to land in 15 minutes to avoid crashing or to avoid low fuel and having only 30 minutes of fuel or 20 minutes of fuel depending on the operation? Yeah. So go ahead, do it again.
Okay. To say again the sentence.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
Okay, so London Control and ANIC 123, low fuel, need to land in 15 minutes. Request priority for landing, ANIC 123.
All right, now listen to what they reply and read back. Good job.
ANIC 123, exit hold now, heading 135. Expect vectors to intercept ILS 27 right. Confirm you need to land in 50 minutes.
London Control, can you say again to ANAC 123?
ANAC 123, exit hold now, heading 135. Expect vectors to intercept ILS 27 right. Confirm you need to land in 50 minutes.
London Control, negative 50 minutes. Correction, need to land in 15 minutes. Expect exit holding position, turn heading 135, expecting vectors to ILS runway 27 right, ANAC 123.
All right, what did the controller say here, Captain?
The controller set to exit the holding position and take heading 135 and expect vectors to ILS 27 runway 27 right, and asked us to confirm that we need to land in 50 minutes.
All right, so he made a mistake about the time, right? Today,
Yes.
In an earlier class, also with Kawamura, we had a situation in which he pronounced 15 in a way that was a little dubious. It was a little in between pronunciation-wise from 15 and 50. And I mentioned that already to him. But it is in the test, in that specific exercise and other ones. So 15 and 50, or 16 and 60. These are the tougher ones because the other ones, the T sound changes in American English. But remember, the main thing is the pronunciation of the first syllable with the stress or the second syllable with the stress. So if you say any number from 13 to 19, the stress is in the second syllable, teen. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The other numbers from 30 to 90, 30, 40, 50. And because the stress is in the first syllable, 50, 60, 70, you don't say the T because of the stress in the first syllable. 70, 80, 90, yeah? Now, this is why in aviation, you should actually say 15 and 50. So, I don't know. If you are, not sure what number they said in the exercise, for instance, let's say, in this case, they said, please confirm you need to land in 50 minutes. Then he said it in phraseology, you get it. But if he says 50, and you're not sure if he said 50 or 15, then you just repeat. Say, control, I say again, requesting to land in 15 minutes. I must land in 15 minutes to avoid field problems. And Act 1, 2, 3. And then I'm being generic to avoid field problems. I don't know what kind of problem. The examiner never made that clear to me. He just said I needed to land in 15 minutes, right? But if the controller gives you the instruction and you are not sure if he said you must land in 15 minutes, you're not sure if he said that or 50 minutes, yeah? He could say either that or that. He could say either 50 and understand 15, or he could say 15 and understand 50. So it's an either or situation here as well. Yeah. So there are exercises in which they change from 50 to 15 and from 15 to 50. All right. So make sure you understand it. And if you are not sure, just repeat the number you got it from the examiner, clarifying with him if you think his pronunciation was weird as well. All right. Situation 2. Good job, Adraldo. And now we're going to go with Colasso. Colasso, now imagine you're going to land at Manchester Airport, listen to Manchester Control and read back. There it goes, take notes.
ANAC 123, Manchester Control, descend to flight level 060, turn right heading 160. Expect 10 minute hold at Whiskey Hotel India VOR.
This is ANAC 123.
It's breaking off a little bit. It's breaking off. Just start over talking a little slower because I think it will work better now that you start talking. Just do it again.
This is ANAC 123, descending to flight level 060, turning right, heading 160, aware, expecting 10 minutes holding at Whiskey Romeo India VOR, ANAC 123.
almost perfect, my friend. It was Whiskey Hotel India, not Romeo.
Hotel. Okay.
Yeah, honest mistake here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, but the rest was perfect, and the way you said it, just keeping it simple. And remember, guys, Colasso, he took the test already earlier this week or last week
This
on
week.
Friday or this
This
week
week.
on
No,
Monday,
this week
right?
on Monday, yeah.
And he passed with level 5 in 3 of the grades and level 4. No, how many fives you got?
Yeah, 5 and 5. Half.
50-50, right? Yeah, so you got 3 5s and 3 4s. Do you remember comprehension?
Right.
What grade you got? 5 in comprehension.
Here. Just check here.
It's breaking off, but I cannot hear you very well now. But what I want to tell you guys is that, remember, speaking like this on that type of exercise, the audio exercises, part 2 exercises in which you are, interpreting the pilot, is the best thing to do. Later, you can present a more developed English. At this part, you just want to check the check boxes of the examiner saying what you have to say precisely. So well done. Descend, flight level 060, turn right, heading 160. Roger, expect 10-minute hold at Whiskey Hotel India VOR, not Romeo. That was the only mistake, okay? So the way you are saying things, very straightforward, very concise, and precisely saying what you have to say and nothing more, nothing less, is the best way to avoid mistakes and pass the test well in terms of grammar. You minimize your mistakes in grammar by doing that for, like, I don't know, maybe 30-25 minutes of the test in part 2. So now let's go to the continuation here, Colasso. Imagine you are now experiencing an engine high vibration and you need to land as soon as possible. So contact Manchester Control, report your problem, say your intentions.
Manchester Control, ANAC 123, reporting
Say again, it's breaking off again. We can't hear you.
Reporting high engine. No, sorry, engine.
This hotel internet is really not so good. I'll do this one for you. No worries. It's breaking off too much, Colasso. So I'll do this one for you. So control ANAC 123, reporting engine vibration, requesting to land immediately. Simple as that. Yeah, because they ask you to say your intentions. So keep it simple. Something obvious or requesting assistance. That would be okay as well because it leaves it open. So in this case, control ANAC 123, reporting engine vibration, requesting assistance to land as soon as possible. Now listen to what they reply and read back. Try to read back again, but if you can't because of the internet, I'll do it in your behalf.
Okay.
All right.
ANAC 123, fly direct to Manchester VOR and expect direct approach to runway 05 left. I understand you lost your left engine. Confirm.
It is ANAC 123, negative, lost left engine. I have a high vibration in the left engine. Aware, Wilco, fly direct VOR, expect to land runway 05 left, ANAC 123.
Perfect. Now, Captain, what happened here? What did the controller say? Explain to me in your own words.
The controller almost understood correctly my question, my report, but he understood that I lost my left engine. It's not wrong, completely wrong, but I'm experiencing a high vibration in the left engine, and gave him instructions to fly direct to VOR, Manchester VOR, and to land runway left. All
right. So you could say the controller slightly misunderstood my problem. That's a good one to use here if they understand partially. The controller partially understood my problem or slightly misunderstood. The controller made, he didn't quite understand is another way to pounder that they understood, but not fully. They didn't quite understand. They thought it was an engine loss, and I had high vibration, but I didn't lose the engine. So they understood something similar, but not exactly what happened. And they gave me instructions, to which I replied. All right, good job. Now situation 3. That one goes to Richie. Yes.
I will be mute. I will be mute and just
watching the class. Yeah. Okay. Got it. No worries. Okay. Okay. No worries. All right. So Richie, you are now at Vitória Airport. Listen to Vitória Tower. Read back.
ANAC 123, cleared to backtrack. Line up and wait, runway 24. Report ready for takeoff.
Again, please.
ANAC 123, cleared to backtrack. Line up and wait, runway 24. Report ready for takeoff.
Clear, backtrack, and line up to runway 20. We report ready to take off, ANAC 123.
Okay, runway was not 20, was 24. But other than that, you got it.
123, cleared to backtrack. Line up and wait, runway 24.
Got it?
Nossa, eu entendi 4 e escrevi 0 aqui.
Ok. 0 é mais fácil de escrever que o 4. All right. Now imagine that a flight attendant tells you that there is an unaccompanied minor having a problem or a medical situation. This unaccompanied minor has passed out. Call Vitória Tower, explain the situation, and request medical assistance.
Vitória Tower, ANAC 123, reporting a medical emergency here, requesting medical assistance, ANAC 123.
ANAC 123, vacate the runway at taxiway Charlie and return to parking spot number 3. Does the minor need assistance?
Again, please.
ANAC 123, vacate the runway at taxiway Charlie and return to parking spot number 3. Does the minor need assistance?
Affirmative, the minor need medical assistance. We vacate runway to taxiway Charlie, return to parking number 3, ANAC 123.
Good job. What happened here? What did the controller say?
The controller understood that we have a medical situation and asked to vacate the runway by the taxiway Charlie and return to the parking number 3 and asked if the minor needs assistance.
How many taxiways Charlie we have at an airport?
Well, I believe only one.
So you don't need to say by the taxiway Charlie. So you just say by taxiway Charlie. He told us to vacate the runway on taxiway Charlie, not on the taxiway Charlie, on taxiway Charlie.
Ah, tá. Hein, Paulo, desculpa interromper um pouquinho.
No worries. It's
Aonde
okay.
que o Paulo fez o teste?
All right. And now let's go to the continuation here with situation 4. Did you have to answer a phone over there, Richie?
Oi?
Did you have to answer? Você teve que atender o telefone aí, foi isso?
Não. Eu só estou contando bem rapidinho que eu fiz a prova semana passada lá em Curitiba. Eu estava passando por lá e eu ia contar para todo mundo.
Conta aí então. Não, é porque quando você falou, achei que você estava falando com o Paulo aí sobre
eu perguntei
coisa.
para o Paulo onde que ele fez, só bem rapidão.
Pro Colasso aqui, entendi.
Para o Paulo.
Ele fez a prova.
Aí para que é de Curitiba, mas eu fiz no Rio a prova.
O Rio.
Fez aqui no Rio, pela EPA.
Então eu fui em Curitiba e falaram que ali estão reprovando todo mundo, o pessoal da...
Tá meio difícil Curitiba mesmo ultimamente, sabia?
Da cultura inglesa. Viu, eu agora estou atrapalhado, sabe, Alex? Mas eu acho que foi a minha melhor prova que eu fiz na vida e não errei uma. Todos os áudios, 100%, eu estava realmente treinado, sabe? E deu pronúncia 3, estrutura 3, vocabulário 3. Só que deu fluência 4, compressão 4, interações 4. Daí ficou com 3, né?
Ficou o quê? Foi 3 em que? Influência, você falou?
Eu fiquei 3 em pronúncia, estrutura e vocabulário. Mas eu fiquei
Ah,
com 4
você vê, é na parte de
influência,
conversação.
compreensão e interação.
Isso que você falou é principalmente na parte de conversação, né?
Uhum. Só que eu
Que é
entrei com recurso, tá?
vocabulário, estrutura e fluência.
Não, fluência eu fiquei com 4. Compreensão com
Hum,
4, interações com
compre...
4.
Então, o que foi? Foi vocabulário, estrutura e
E pronúncia.
pronúncia. Olha lá, são coisas assim, digamos que é o que embeleza o inglês, né? Quer dizer, a parte de conversação, mas a parte prática ali de comunicação no rádio você deve ter mandado super bem ali. Que é
Então,
o que todo
Alex,
mundo acha mais difícil quando a pessoa. Mas assim, essa parte de conversação é treino, não tem muito jeito, é treinar e melhorar.
mas eu talvez, Alex, esse pessoal da cultura inglesa, eles querem um
Eles são
inglês
mais rígidos.
perfeitinho
Eles são
para a
mais
vida
rígidos.
real.
Normalmente eles são.
Mas a gente não quer falar inglês na vida real, a gente quer o
Sim,
objetivo do ICAO da aviação, né? E
sim,
eu tenho
sim.
certeza que eu
Eu não
fui melhor
recomendo
do
a
que em todos
cultura
os outros testes.
inglesa.
Eu saí
É,
de lá, cheguei em casa, falei para minha esposa,
mandei
cinco,
benzão.
5.
Sacanagem, né? Tirar doce da boca de criança desse jeito. O cara só achando que foi ver pra
Mas
caramba.
entrei com recurso, tá? Hoje mesmo
Tá.
entrei com
Cultura
recurso.
inglesa, normalmente eles são rígidos em excesso, tá? Eu já vi casos onde recursos revertem sim, notas assim, tá?
Tomara. Eu ia te
Pô, se você
perguntar se
tivesse me
alguém já viu,
falado,
se
eu te
alguém já
ajudava
viu,
aqui
né?
até a montar o recurso com texto de alunos que fizeram e passaram e tal. A
Ah, já
última
dá.
foi esse ano, a Ana fazia aula aqui com a gente, a Ana da Latam, Ana Kontarski, que voa na Latam. Ela queria passar com 5, estudou bem, fez a prova, fez numa cultura inglesa, mas salvo engano de São Paulo, e ficou com 4. E aí ela entrou com recurso e conseguiu reverter para 5, cara. Que ela ficou
Então
com 4
existe a
em duas
possibilidade,
notas.
então.
Ela ficou com 2 4s. Ela entrou com recurso, a gente pediu a. Tem um jeito de você pedir, se você quiser, depois me manda ali no privado, eu te mando o link do vídeo do Benjamin, que é um parceiro meu, gente boa pra caramba. A gente não é
Ah,
parceiro assim de
eu
trabalhar
vi, eu
junto,
vi o
mas a
vídeo
gente já.
dele.
A gente já fez vídeo junto no passado, ele é um garoto de boa pra caramba. Ajudei ele a pegar o ICAO 6 dele recentemente, que ele tinha o 5, né? E agora na última prova ele fez uma certa mentoria comigo ali para tentar a prova dele dos 6 e conseguiu pegar o 6 esse ano. Gente boníssima ele. A gente
Eu vi o
é
vídeo dele.
piloto, a gente é concorrente amigo, entendeu? A gente não é.
Sim. Então você
E,
já
e
viu
o
alguém reverter a nota
então,
por
e
recurso?
O Benjamin tem um vídeo que eu nunca vou fazer um em redundância assim em cima disso, porque ele já fez, onde ele explica como que você pega por uma burocracia a ficha do avaliador. E a Ana fez isso. Então depois eu te passo o link, você procura no YouTube esse vídeo dele, que aí você consegue o para escrever, você já fez agora, né? Mas para
Uhum.
escrever o seu recurso é bom você ter o que o avaliador anotou, porque aí você consegue rebater já diretamente o que você acha que, né, que o cara anotou ali que te ferrou. No caso da Ana, ela fez isso e aí junto com ela, eu passei o link para ela desse vídeo do Benjamin que faz essa explicação, né, e tal, de como pegar isso pelo Gov, BR, tal do aplicativo aí do governo, sei lá.
Eu fiz,
Aí
eu
você
sei.
consegue o acesso, tal, você baixa isso, PDF, é direito seu e tal. E aí, com isso, você monta o seu recurso de uma maneira mais estruturada, mais apontada em cima, né, do que você vai
Hum,
argumentar com a ANAC para ele reverter sua nota. E aí a gente fez junto esse argumento, eu e a Ana, né, por WhatsApp, ali, trocando ideia, e entramos com esse recurso apontando, falando, pô, ó, vocês anotaram um monte de coisa positiva aqui que provam que, sei lá, qual era o problema dela, se eles apontaram a estrutura. Quer dizer, tem um monte de anotação positiva em estrutura, mais do que negativa e tal, e eu me corrigi nessas horas que eu fiz a negativa, eu me lembro, tal, que ela lembrava que tinha se corrigido. Enfim, fez o recurso mais, assim, pautado nisso, e deu certo, reverteu 2 4 em 2 5 e ficou com 5. Tá com 5, só
Ai,
vou
que
ver
bom.
ela daqui a uns
Desculpa
anos.
atrapalhar a aula, mas é que eu queria
Nada,
saber
né?
se alguém sabia sobre isso, por isso que eu tinha que falar para todo mundo,
Nada,
né?
não tem problema. Não tem problema nenhum.
Porque se a
A cultura
fluência deu
inglesa é,
4, fluência 4, não
é.
bate com vocabulário 13,
Pô,
estrutura
cara,
3,
e eu não
né?
posso escrever isso assim muito abertamente, deixar no site e tal, mas assim, eu não recomendo a cultura inglesa, cara, em nenhum lugar. A cultura inglesa tem umas pessoas meio exageradas. Eu acho todo mundo meio exagerado, pra te dizer bem a
Aham,
verdade, tá? E, por
aham.
exemplo, o Benjamin, ele demorou pra caramba pra tirar o 6, ele não conseguiu revalidar. O Daniel Neves, que, pô, já deu aula pra mim aqui na Vector, ele tinha o 5 mais, aí ele fez a prova do 5 mais pro 6 há pouco tempo e não passou com 6. Pô, o cara tá voando em Dubai há um tempão, fala inglês pra caramba. Dava
Aham.
aula para mim, pô, quando eu viajava ele ficava, cobria tudo, quando eu estava aqui tinha muita aula no escritório, eu tinha um escritório, ele dava aula, o Carrasco também, ambos ficaram com 5 mais e não conseguiram pegar os 6, o Carrasco acho que nunca tentou, o Neves tentou e não pegou, e ambos mereciam. E assim,
Sim.
talvez o cara não tenha o inglês mais fluente e perfeito do mundo, mas nem todo mundo que é 6 no português tem o português mais fluente e perfeito do mundo. É o que eu sempre falo, e o Benjamin até fez um vídeo, acho, onde ele gostou desse argumento que a gente bateu um papo um dia. Cara, a Dilma seria 6 no português dela,
Ah,
certo? Se a Dilma virar piloto de avião, vai estar escrito que ela tem português nível 6. Isso mostra o seguinte: se você fosse ter uma avaliação correta do inglês das pessoas, o equivalente à Dilma dos Estados Unidos deveria ter o 6. Você entende o que eu estou
então,
dizendo?
mas sabe o que que eu fiquei? Puta, assim, ó, meu outro teste eu errei um monte, cara, e eu não entendia
Sim,
tudo
sim,
agora nos áudios. E eu
sim.
passei
Mas
com
vamos lá, vamos
4,
mandar aqui para a gente conseguir andar mais
e
aqui na prova, para
nessa
terminar
que
pelo
eu
menos a
fui
parte
bem, a
2.
coisa não
É foda isso, cara. Mas você fez na cultura
foi
inglesa. O
errado,
pessoal
né?
ali é abatido em voo.
Fica a dica, galera. Desculpa aí por atrapalhar. Fica a
Valeu,
dica.
nada. Vamos lá. Situation 4 now. So situation 4, we will continue with Kawamura. Kawamura, imagine that you are going to land at Guararapes Airport. Listen to Recife Tower. Read back.
ANAC 123, continue your approach to runway 18 followed by circling to runway 36. Report downwind leg.
All right, unmute yourself and read back.
Like 123, please repeat.
There he goes again.
ANAC 123, continue your approach to runway 18 followed by circling to runway 36. Report downwind leg.
Tower ANAC 123, approach runway 11, circling 37, reporting wing leg. ANAC 123.
All right, now, Captain, imagine you are cleared to land, and a situation like this one here happens to you. So pass a message saying your intentions and explaining.
Okay. Tower ANAC 123, reporting truck crossing the runway, requesting vector for go around. ANAC 123.
Okay, now listen to what they reply and read back again.
ANAC 123, turn left, report downwind leg, runway 36. Are you going around because of a runway incursion? Confirm.
Version. I don't know exactly what is incursion.
All right, incursion is what we discussed in the picture today when I described it, is when you have another vehicle that is unauthorized to be on the runway with, you know, 2 or more vehicles on a runway
Okay.
that cannot be cleared at the same time to be used in the runway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tower, repeat, please.
ANAC 123, turn left, report downwind leg, runway 36. Are you going around because of a runway incursion? Confirm.
Tower, ANAC 123, confirming incursion. Incursion. Turning left and on wing leg, runway 36, ANAC 123.
All right, now, Captain, what happened here? What did the controller say?
The controller understood me that there was a truck incursion in the runway, and they allowed me and they go around and requested me for to turn left and report on wing leg, and I will land on runway 36.
Mm-hmm. So the controller understood my runway incursion situation and told me to report downwind leg, gave me instructions to report on downwind leg of runway 36.
Yes.
All right, good job. Keep it simple. Now situation 5, and we're gonna go with who's next here? It's gonna be Adoraldo. Adoraldo, now imagine you are at San Francisco Airport. Now, one thing you guys should notice, by the way, before we continue, this is the helicopter mock, but they use an airplane picture for explaining what happened in a situation of part 2, okay? So that's how it is. They have specific exercises Mostly in part 3 and picture. For the picture description is usually, it's always a helicopter picture in the mocks. But with situations that can be also translated to airplanes as well. And so the statements and the questions of the picture part are also overlapping with the airplane material. All right. Situation 5, Adoraldo, imagine you are at San Francisco Airport. Listen to San Francisco ground. Read back.
ANAC 123, approved taxi to the holding point. Runway 01 right via taxiways Golf, Bravo, and Alpha. Approaching holding point monitor tower on frequency 118.85. Number 6 for departure.
San Francisco ground, ANAC 123. Can you say again, please?
ANAC 123, approved taxi to the holding point. Runway 01 right via taxiways Golf, Bravo, and Alpha. Approaching holding point monitor tower on frequency 118.85. Number 6 for departure.
San Francisco ground, ANAC 123, approved taxi to holding point runway 01 right via taxiway Golf, Bravo, Alpha. Approve holding point monitoring frequency 118.85. Aware about number 6 for departure, ANAC 123.
All right, just careful with the pronunciation of frequency, não frequency.
Frequency, right.
Não negligencia esse último Y. Lembra que em inglês a gente não fala os Z's do final. Departure, termina em E, a gente termina no R. Departure. Que mais eu tenho aqui na minha frente de palavras? Engine. Because a gente não fala o E, tá vendo? Mas o Y tem que falar. Frequency.
Right.
All right. Emergency. Inclusive, se errar a pronúncia de emergency e falar emergence, é outra palavra. Porque emergence existe. Emergence é o emergir de algo. Aquilo que emerge. Sai debaixo d'água. Imaginei um submarino aqui, falei que sai debaixo d'água. Mas emerge, pode ser qualquer coisa, pode ser até figurado o sentido, né? Yeah. All right. So, Captain, now imagine that you see a situation like this one here. So call San Francisco ground to inform them about the situation.
San Francisco ground, ANAC 123, holding position due to a drone inside of us.
Inside of us?
Or, sorry, inside. Just inside.
Insight. Yeah. Insight. A vista, né?
Okay. Right? Drone inside.
Drone inside. There it is. So you could say, control ANAC 123, reporting drone in the vicinity, drone nearby, drone in sight.
Nearby, right. Nearby is better.
We could use, yeah. Requesting assistance, hold in position. Now listen to what they reply and read back.
ANAC 123, hold position. Please confirm, is there debris near your aircraft?
San Francisco ground, ANAC 123, negative debris on our aircraft. We have a drone nearby, holding position, ANAC 123.
Good job. What happened? What did the controller say?
The controller instructed us to hold position and
instructed us.
All right. So the controller instructed us to hold position.
Peraí. Instructed us. Faz id, assim, instructed us. Instructed us.
The controller instructed us to hold position and asked us to confirm if we had debris near the aircraft.
Okay.
And then all right.
That's good. You don't have to go and cover specifically all the instructions. You can summarize it because you already covered them.
That controller said. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it simple. You don't even have to say everything they said. You can just say, and they gave me instructions. They understood the situation or they misunderstood. Yeah. So in this case, they gave me instructions to hold position, but they misunderstood the report. So they asked us to confirm if it was debris, but they made this mistake here. So I clarified the situation and that's it. Yeah. All right. Now I would go to part 3, but I unfortunately overshot our time already. I'll overshoot aí no passado. Dá para usar em situações figuradas, né? Overshoot the runway é o quê? É quando você toca fora do ponto à frente. Undershoot é atrás, né, do que deveria. A marcas ali de toque, você toca antes, é um undershoot. Se você tocar antes de verdade, pegar a grama, é um acidente, inclusive, de undershoot, né? Já teve algumas vezes casos de undershoot, que, por exemplo, aquele em São Francisco, antes de eu decolar de São Francisco em 2000 putz, faz tempo, 2012, sei lá, 15, não lembro, em São Francisco, foi antes não, desculpa, foi depois, foi um pouco depois da decolada de São Francisco, um avião, um 777 de uma asiática, acho que foi uma asiana, bateu no muro de contenção do aeroporto, parecido com esse aeroporto dessa foto aí, né, que fica numa baía, assim, tipo Galeão, ou o Santos Dumont. So, undershoot, aí eu usei aqui, I already overshot our time, quer dizer, eu passei do ponto, atirei, eu fui além, né? Overshoot tem essa ideia. Undershoot é ficar aquém, vamos dizer. Dá para usar em vários contextos na aviação e na vida geral, como eu usei agora.
Culpa minha que passou o tempo.
Na aviação, não se preocupe, acontece direto. Na aviação, undershoot dá para usar no contexto de curva também, até para curva de base para final de uma pista. Se você tiver num ILS, você pode dar o overshoot no glide slope ou no localizer, né? Se você faz um overshoot na correção de localizer, ele estava espirrado, sei lá, para a direita. Aí você espirra ele para a esquerda, porque você fez um overshoot, né? Numa base para final, para o Santos Dumont, que você embarrigar para a pista 02, porque você está ali margeando o Pão de Açúcar, ele está meio espremido, ou até pela 20 também, por conta da ponte. Se você faz uma curva e você acaba desalinhado, você deu um overshoot se você passou do ponto, né? E um undershoot se você ficou desalinhado porque terminou sua curva base para a final antes do ponto. Então, overshoot e undershoot são bem versáteis de usar. Acabei de usar agora para falar aqui. I overshot the time. We already overshot our time, so I'm going to have to wrap it up. Outra expressão que eu usei hoje, falei. And that's it for today. I'll send you guys the material later with the material from the last class as well, being on the website. And any questions? Go ahead.
Yes, please, how can you spell shoot?
Shoot is the same one as shooting, like Sierra Hotel, O, Oscar, Tango.
All right, yeah? Thank you very much.
And that's like over as a prefix, we use it all the time. Like you say, overjoyed is someone who is very happy. Yeah?
Game over.
Over is used in ways that it could be like a prefix, or it could be used as also in ways like this, in ways in which is in a sequence, like a suffix as well. Game over, yeah. Overlap. I use overlap all the time. Overlap é sobreposição, né? É aquilo que está sobreposto, né? Então, nesse caso, o overshoot, o shoot vem da ideia de tentativa. Lembra que shoot é um verbo muito versátil em inglês. O shoot não é só atirar com a arma. Assim como o ride, que a gente falou hoje, né, do check ride, que pode ser montar um cavalo, montar numa moto, ou andar num snowboard ou numa prancha de surf. Ride pode ser pegar uma carona também, pode ser ride, I'll get a ride with you, quer dizer, I'm gonna ride with you, quer dizer, eu vou com você numa espécie de locomoção, normalmente. E o shoot, ele tem a ideia não só de atirar, mas é que nem o nosso manda em português, que não tem só a conotação de mandar. Eu não falo assim, a minha esposa mandou eu terminar logo para não atrasar pegar minha filha. Aqui é mandar como ordem, certo? Mandou. Mas se eu falo, eu tenho uma pergunta, manda. Esse manda é enviar. Não tem nada a ver com ordenar, percebe? E é mandar também. Manda. Então o shoot, ele tem essa ideia do manda, de envio. Então quando você fala, por exemplo, o shoot como isso, ele tem a ideia de endereçar, de mandar, endereçar nesse sentido. E aí quando você fala overshoot, é meio que a ideia de uma tentativa, um endereçamento, um envio, uma coisa que você tentou e que passou. É como o troubleshoot. Troubleshoot é endereçar o problema. Trouble, problema. Troubleshoot, endereçar o problema. Né? Por isso você tem no QRH lá, troubleshooting. O que é isso? É tentar sanar a pane, ou seja, tentar endereçar o problema, entendeu? E qual é o passado? Aí é o passado do verbo, do shoot, né? Que é shot, com um O só. Então, I undershot, I overshot. Acho que troubleshoot não vai ser, não vai, we troubleshot, não. Aí fica we troubleshooted. É uma daquelas exceções. Por algum motivo de tamanho de sílaba ou palavra, não vai ser troubleshot, vai ser troubleshooted. Tá? Por conta do tamanho da quantidade de sílabas, provavelmente. Aí teria que pesquisar, mas com certeza vai tratar como um verbo regular. Mas aí entra naquelas exceções que tem no inglês e no português, né? Você tem. Qual o plural de mão em português? Mão, mãos. Qual o plural de corrimão? Corrimões. É igual troubleshoot, troubleshooted. É, overshot, overshooted, poderia ser também, acho. Acho que aqui tanto faz. Daria pra ser overshot ou overshooted. Por conta do número de sílabas, o inglês às vezes faz isso. É isso aí, pessoal. Ou às vezes é a fonética da palavra também, a conjuntura, assim, em geral. Mas aí só com o tempo para você ir pegando, assim. Beleza? É isso. Alguém resta alguma dúvida? Eu vou anotar isso aqui para fazer o material de hoje, vou acrescentar sobre isso aqui. Alguma dúvida? Alguém mais quer acrescentar algo aqui para eu colocar no material da aula de hoje?
Tá tranquilo. Só bênção.
Beleza.
Que bom. É isso. Até a próxima semana. Nos vemos na terça, então. Vou estender essas aulas, hein, galera? Vou começar a abrir mais horário e fazer aula de conversação para pessoal que já passou na prova, igual o Colasso. E aí, quem estiver ainda fazendo a prova e quiser entrar na aula de conversação, vai ter também. Vou fazer igual a minha academia de jiu-jitsu. Eu pago lá, normalmente eu pago uma anuidade, eu para pagar um pouco menos no tempo. Até me arrependo, porque eu me machuco direto com isso aí. Mas eu posso fazer qualquer aula de jiu-jitsu lá, dos horários todos, né? Então, vou fazer isso na Vector aqui também, vou colocar aula todo dia aí de diferentes tipos e quem quiser entrar, puder entrar nas aulas diversas aí de ICAO ou de conversação, vai entrando. Vou lançar isso em breve, conto com a presença de vocês aí.
Thank you
Valeu?
very much. Have a nice
Valeu.
weekend.
See you guys, bye bye.
Valeu, guys.